Hey everyone, today we're diving deep into the Fast and Furious universe with a breakdown of all the juicy trivia from the Fate of the Furious 2017. Let's get started. A subtle tribute. Remember that scene where we see the garage full of cars, including the army tank? Well, there's a little Easter egg for Paul Walker fans. His GTR from Furious 7 is sitting up high on one of the racks. It's a subtle but meaningful way to honor his memory. Missing number 7. When Mr. Nobody is explaining the top 10 most wanted list, he mentions that Roman was number 11. But there's a missing number 7. That's a nod to Paul Walker again. His character, Brian, is no longer part of the active crew. Ad-libbed gold. There's a hilarious moment during an argument between Hobbs and Shaw. Dwayne Johnson improvised a line about knocking Shaw's teeth down his throat, and Jason Statham found it so funny that he couldn't keep a straight face.
When this whole thing is over, we're gonna find a location, and I'm gonna knock your teeth so far down your throat, you're gonna stick a toothbrush right up your ass to brush them.
That's the take they used in the final cut. A promise kept. Before Furious 7, Vin Diesel hinted that the next movie would be set in New York City. It was a promise he made to Paul Walker, who had expressed his desire for a Furious 8. The opening scene of The Fate of the Furious pays homage to the earlier movies with a street race, a classic Paul Walker element. Digging deep. When Hobbs is imprisoned, Deckard Shaw taunts him with a line about digging through 38 feet of concrete.
Well, you bring a shovel, did ya? Because it's 38 feet of steel and concrete. Well, so I've been told.
That number comes from a previous movie, Furious 7, where Hobbs mentioned it to Shaw. Cutscene. There was actually a rumored scene in the end credits that would have set up the Hobbs and Shaw spin-off. Unfortunately, it didn't make the final cut. No post-credits scene. If you were expecting a surprise after the credits, you're out of luck. The Fate of the Furious doesn't have a mid- or post-credit scene. Hercules reference. There's a fun reference to Dwayne Johnson's previous movie, Hercules.
Yeah, good luck with that, Hercules. Lawman.
Deckard Shaw calls Hobbs Hercules during one of their confrontations. Almost Egypt. Vin Diesel mentioned the possibility of filming in Egypt for the Fate of the Furious. While it didn't happen, it's an interesting tidbit. One director choice. Gary Gray was chosen to direct over a few other contenders, including Louis Leterrier, William Eubank, and Adam Wingard. Even Erickson Core, the cinematographer from the first Fast and Furious, was in the running. Familiar words. Remember that scene where Cypher asks Dom what's important to him? His answer, family.
Let me ask you something, Dom. What's the best thing in your life?
Family.
No, it's not.
Is a direct reference to the first movie. It's the same thing Dom told Brian in the garage when they were talking about his dad's car. Plane trouble. There's a scene with the Shaw brothers where they use jetpacks to fly into a plane. Deckard makes a joke about Owen and planes not having a good history.
Hey, don't go getting any ideas. You and planes don't have a good history.
It's a reference to the runway scene in Fast and Furious 6 where Owen had a bit of an accident. And that's it for today's trivia breakdown. Did you know any of these facts? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget subscribe and hit that notification bell for more Fast and Furious content. Until next time.